Have you ever felt so numb you couldn't find words to describe your pain? I was dealing with depression for around 4 months. For the entire time, I felt disconnected to my own self, drowned in stress and unprocessed trauma, yet unable to articulate my thoughts and feelings. Constantly at a total loss for words. If you ever struggle to speak or write about your experience, why don't we paint it together? Let's create a character that represents yourself in the painting. This character could be anything, so don't overthink it. It could be a simple smiley, maybe an animal that you spiritually connect with. You could also be a flower, a plant. When I created this painting, I was in a phase where I constantly questioned my identity. Depression caused me to lose interest in everything I used to enjoy. I was nothing but a soulless body. So my character in this painting is just a faceless silhouette with a hole in their heart. Regardless of what you choose, let that or yourself be the center point of your art piece. We will use the surroundings around your main character to set the tone for therapizing ourselves. Let's delve a little deeper into our inner thoughts and emotions. What are we feeling? Sad, stressed, anxious, frustrated, maybe all of that and even more. How might those feelings look like? Are they a tangled mess or straight lines? Soft or sharp shapes? Any specific images that come to mind? Fill them in the background. Back then, there were days I cried my eyeballs out. But there were days I felt nothing but emptiness. Nothing could make my eyes sparkle. Someone said depression feels like watching life happening through a window. I also felt the same for the longest time. I was also drowning in anxiety. A string of events made me anxious around most people, so I withdrew myself to keep a safe distance. I was also anxious about the future and how I would meet the expectations of my loved ones. It felt like the whole world was giving me side eyes. So my emotions on this painting take the form of teary blank eyes, many pairs of them, all over the place. And they're looking at me from outside of the window I stood behind. Let's just add colors to the surroundings. Leave your character out for now. What are the colors of your emotions? Are we feeling a moody blue, fiery red, or a little bit of everything? And how intense are the feelings? Are we feeling more of something than another? Say, if blue represents sadness, are we feeling a deep navy or light sky? If red represents anxiety, are we feeling a bold, heavy crimson or a fluttered blush? Or if we are feeling both moody and cranky, can we mix up the blue and red to make it purple? Play with the colors however you like. You set your own rules. Take a slow, deep breath and look at what we have created together. We're seeing how we're feeling inside, our very own raw depiction of our emotions, a mirror reflecting our inner selves. It's very likely to not look too pretty at this point, but that's okay. Recognizing and defining the ugly experience we're feeling is the first step to healing. Give your art piece a closer look. What is it about it that bothers you? Is it looking too monotone? Can we add a splash of bright colors? Is it lacking texture? If it's all too matte, can we add a little bit of gloss or sprinkle some glitter? Is it lacking patterns or characters? What kind of objects can we add to make it more lively? Anything that puts a smile on your face? Or is there too much going on in the painting that makes you frown? What should we take out to tone it down? Take your time and ask yourself either or all of these questions. Be patient and don't beat yourself up. If it can't be done in one sitting, leave it and get back to it later. Let yourself experience trials and errors until you're happy with the result. And with that, your surroundings are completed. Look at you, the colorless main character. What kind of colors, patterns, texture will you choose? What final touch would create harmony? What would make yourself look and feel beautiful? Visual art feels more to me than creating pretty artwork. More than the outcome, the process is what brings me back to life. As we reflect on our emotional state and experience to translate that into visible images, we are actually facing our negative thoughts and emotions head on. We started with grounding ourselves by defining how we see ourselves in the grander scheme of things. Then we began to have a heart-to-heart conversation with ourselves, to conceptualize our unexplainable feelings into something more relatable, more real. By evaluating what to add or take out from the artwork, we were reframing our whole experience. If our life is lacking colors, can we try doing something new? If our life is lacking variety, can we add one extra thing on top of our boring routine? Or if there's too much going on in our life, is there a thing or two we can let go? And once all the external chaos is finally in place, what do we want to be? Our healing journey has not ended yet, not with a painting, and I bet we all can agree that healing and self-care is a continuous, endless journey. I'm Cam, and I talk about everything through the lens of a zillennial living in the Western world. Take care, peace, and love.